Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to go through my Trading 212 and my FreeTrade portfolio. I'm going to show you every single stock that I invest in and how they're performing. First of all, please let me introduce myself. My name's Gary. I talk about investing, rental properties and the journey towards early retirement. If this sounds like something you may wish to hear a little more about, don't forget you can hit that subscribe button below. So for any of you that have watched my channel before, you will know that I'm a huge fan of index funds and rental properties. Most of my money goes into one of these two investments, but I do also like to have a play in the markets using either Trading 212 or FreeTrade. As always, I must mention my referral links for both Trading 212 and FreeTrade. If you sign up using my referral links, you and I will get a free share. What's better than free money? So we're going to start off on Trading 212. You can see the total amount in my portfolio is currently £1,517.30. I am currently 14.97% up. You may see this flicking about while we do the video as the markets are currently open, so stock prices are obviously going up and down. And my total return has just popped up to 198.22. If we go over to the 1 week view, you'll see that when the markets opened earlier today, I've had a real drop. So obviously there's some stocks struggling today. Let's start off by going through every single one I own. So the first stock I own is a Casti Pharma. You're going to have to excuse me for my pronunciations of some of these stocks. You can see that they haven't been doing too well over the last month, and currently I've got £17.29, which is a loss of 19.58%. Next up is AMD. I've only got a very tiny amount of this stock as it's actually in one of the pies I own. I've got just 44p and currently I'm down 12%. Next up is Alphabet. This is a Google stock. You can see again I've only got a relatively small amount. I've got just £6.90 and again this stock is in my tech pie. I'm up 13.11%. One of the next stocks in my tech pie is Amazon. Currently I have £7.17 and I'm down 6.15%. Again, these first few companies seem to be having big dips at the moment. It'd be interesting if you leave your comments below on what you think is causing this. Next stock in my tech pie is Apple. Currently I have £7.42 and I am 5.84% down. Again, if we go to the 1 week view, you can see the stocks have been dropping over the last week or so. Next up is Astrazeneca. This is the first free share that I've got. So you know earlier when I mentioned my referral link, well if you sign up using my referral link, you have a chance of getting a free stock such as Astrazeneca. When I got this as a free stock, I believe it was worth about 85 quid-ish. It's now worth £71.56 and that is a loss of 17.49%. I held on to the stock because I thought it would do quite well, what with the rollout of all the vaccines and stuff, but it hasn't been performing too great, and as you can see I'm 17.5% down, but I will continue holding on to it, especially as it was just a free stock anyway. Next up is AT&T. This one I purchased because I thought it was good value. You can see how high the stock has been before, so I'm hoping it can get back to its old highs. Currently I've got £24.01 and I'm down 3.96%. Next free share is Bank of America. This one is currently worth £25.17 and it is up almost 25%. Again, this is amazing to think that this is free money I've got from someone signing up using my link, and the fact that they may well have got just as good a free stock just for signing up and investing from like £1. Next up is Barrett Business Services. This one is currently worth £53.67 and it is up 7.34%. Then I own Best Buy. They've been on a great upward trend for quite a while. I've currently got £54.30 and overall I'm up 8.6%. Next up is Biogen. Since I purchased this stock, they had some bad news come out about one of their drugs not being approved, and ever since then they've not quite been able to recover. Currently I am down 10.62% and my 0.22 shares are worth £44.65. Next up is BP. They've done well over the last sort of month or so. Maybe it's due to all the cold weather we've been having, but currently I'm up 3.32% and I've got £30.84. Then I've got Buckle. Again, this one's been on a real upward trend and currently I've got £74.95, which is up 40.33%, which is fantastic. Next up we have Carnival Cruises. This was a stock that quite a few people, including me, invested in after the drops back in March due to travel restrictions and stuff, and I believe that they were a big solid company that do have potential of coming back when hopefully we're able to travel again. Obviously very recently here in the UK, our Prime Minister Boris Johnson, that hopefully travel will be back to some normality come the summer, so I'm really hoping to see this stock price start going up. You can definitely see there was a little spike after this announcement, but currently my Carnival Cruise stock is worth £10.03 and I'm up 0.8%. The next stock I own is again from one of my pies, is Carvana. I've got just 62p because it's only a small amount of one of my pies, and it's currently down at 11.43%. Then I own Catalyst Pharmaceuticals. Again, this one had some awful news about one of its drugs not being regulated or something like that, and again, it hasn't been able to recover. It has slowly been coming back, but I'm still down 22.82%, and it's worth just £38.59 right now. Next up is Cisco Systems. Currently, it's up. I've got £53.34, and it's up 6.68%. Another one of the stocks from one of my pies is CrowdStrike. I've only got 55p and it's down 8.33%. Next up is Discovery. You can see that I'm up 104.52%, which is mind-blowing. So I'm currently at £102.26. Next up is Easyjet. Again, this is one of the travel companies that I purchased back after the drops in March. I'm a regular customer of Easyjet and I do think they offer a good, affordable product, and I believe that they will come back kicking and screaming when we're able to travel again. You can see since the announcement they've had that big sort of spike up with everyone being hopeful that travel will start coming back to some normality soon. My Easyjet stocks are worth £29.83 and they're up 22.4%. Next up is Endo International. Currently it's worth £54.88 and that is up 9.76%. Next stock from my tech pie is Facebook. They've been hitting the news recently, which has probably affected stock price slightly. I've only got £7.15, but it is down 7.14%. I believe Facebook is an incredible company and their business model is pretty solid, so I certainly won't be going anywhere with that Facebook stock. Another small stock I own from one of my pies is Fastly. I've only got 54p and it is down an awful 32.5%. Next up is Five9. Again, it's one of my stocks from one of my pies. I've only got 37p, which is down 7.5%. Then I've got Pfizer International. Again, it's one of my pie stocks. I've only got 69p and it is up 15%. Next one of my free stocks is Ford Motor Company. I've actually got two free stocks of Ford. Those two shares are currently worth £16.21 and is up 10.35%. Then I've got Fox Corp. Fox Corp are up 6.16% since I've owned them, and my shares are currently worth £53.08. General Electric is the most popular stock that I've got as a free share. As you can see, I've got 6 free shares of General Electric. When we're on the max graph, you can see how high they have traded before, and they're currently right down at $12.53. So I'm hoping that they can have a bit of a bounce back, and maybe those 6 shares will greatly grow in price, but we will see. But considering their free shares, I'm up 15.21%, which is £7.03p. This is one of the ones I'm going to struggle to pronounce. It's GSX Techidu. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Again, this is one of the stocks from my growth pie. I've got just £1.36, but it is up 70%, which is awesome. Next up, Hewlett Packard. They're doing fantastically at the moment. The shares I own are worth £64.64, and that is growth of 29.28%. Then I own the iShares Global Clean Energy Fund. This is something quite close to my heart. I'm very much now considering sort of clean energy, reusable energy, and also considering even what I eat and the effect that that has on the world. Unfortunately, since I purchased this fund, it hasn't stopped dropping, and currently it's 21.13% down. Currently, my 1.59 shares is worth £16.70. Next up is JDADR. They've been on another real spike boom, which is why it's in the growth pie. My 22p is up 10%. Next up, I've got Mercado Libre. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. The 29p, again, I'm sure you've guessed it's in my growth pie, is down 3.33%. Another one of the stocks in my tech pie is Microsoft. I've got 0.03 shares and that's worth £5.97, and I'm currently up 1.53%. Next up, I have Moderna. I purchased these after the good news come out about the vaccine, and overall it has done very well. You can see it's dropped recently, but I'm still up. My current 0.06 shares is worth £6.91 and I'm up 38.2%. Next is another popular free share that I've got is National Grid. I've had 5 free shares of them, and currently my 5 shares are worth £41.88. Overall, I'm down 7.08%. Another stock from my tech pie is Netflix. Currently I've got £8.07 and I'm down 1.94%. Next up is Neo. This was one of the companies that was really booming. Currently it's on a bit of a drop, but overall I'm still up. I'm up 5.42% and my 0.29 shares is worth £9.72. Next up is Pfizer. Again, it's one of the vaccine companies that I got into hoping that they'll do well after all the good news about the vaccines. Unfortunately, this one's not doing well. Currently my 0.82 32 shares is worth £19.74, and that is a loss of 21.04%. Next up is Pinduoduo. Again, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. This is another one of my growth pie stocks that have been rocketing up recently. I've only got 25p, but it is up 25%. Next is Renewable Energy Group. My 1.18 shares is currently worth £77.36, which is up 54.72%. Then I've got Roku. Again, this is a stock from my growth pie. Currently I have just 67p and is up 11.67%. Then I have C Limited. Again, it's one of my growth pie stocks. My 0.005 shares is worth 95p, and that has gone up 18.75%. Then another one of my free shares is Snapchat. Currently this free share is worth £41.91, which is up 37.27%. Next up is Square. This is one of the stocks in my growth pie. I've got 20p in there and it is neither up or down. Then I have got Sunrun. Again, this is one of my growth pie stocks. I've got 43p and I'm down 14%. Then I have got Take-Two. Again, it's a growth pie stock. I've got 53p and it is down 11.67% overall. Then I've got Tattooed Chef. Unfortunately, they're currently down. My 1.08 share is worth £15.52, and that is a loss of 22.4%. Next up is Tesla. These guys have had some big drops recently. The last month or so, I believe they're about 15% down. Currently, my 0.01 share is worth £7.36, and I'm still up 21.05%, even with all the current drops. Then I have Turtle Beach. They have again been doing really well recently. My 3.03 shares is worth £67.54, which is up 35.08% overall. Another one of my free shares is Under Armour. I've got 2 free shares of this one, which are worth £31.05. Overall, I'm up 79.79%, which is fantastic. Next up, I have Viacom. My 1.83 shares is worth £83.26, and overall I'm up 66.52%, which is another great growth. Then I have Wayside Technology Group. Although I have exactly 4 shares, these weren't free shares. My 4 shares are worth £57.26, and I am up 3.32% overall. Then I have Wells Fargo. You can see in the graph that compared to what I purchased that at, they were always worth more. So I believe they're a company that will come back and hopefully be worth at least what they were worth before. I have 1.35 shares worth £35.31, and I'm up 17.7% overall. On to the last few, I have Weight Watchers International. These guys were doing a lot better for me, but recently they have had some drops. My 2.87 shares are worth £55.42, which means I'm up 10.84% overall, which is still great. Then I have Zillow Group. This is one of my growth pie stocks. I've got just 33p, which is up 10%. And then finally is Zoom. Again, it's one of my growth pie stocks. I've got just 45p and they're down 10%, which is a shame. So if we scroll back up in the time that we've been filming, you can see that right now my portfolio is up 14.63%, which is a return of £193.03, which, considering I've only been doing this portfolio for less than 6 months, is fantastic. I'm now going to move over onto my FreeTrade account and show you the stocks that I hold there. So over onto FreeTrade, you can see I have a smaller portfolio. I have just £394.84, which overall I'm up by £94.84, which is fantastic. If we go over onto the Insights tab, you can see a bit of a breakdown about the performance. You can see that my money weighted rate of return is 4.66%. You can see that my time weighted rate of return is 8.8%. So back to my portfolio, I only hold a few stocks in this one. First one I own is Pets at Home. I own 40 shares of these guys. The current value is £151.80, which overall is up 56.86%. Next up is Carnival. I actually originally bought Carnival here when they were probably at one of their lowest points, so I've done much better with Carnival on FreeTrade than I have on Trading 212. Currently I own 10 shares, which are worth £149.30, and overall I'm up 58.27%. I'm really excited to see where Carnival can go to over the next few months, when hopefully they can start trading again and start providing cruises to people all around the world. Next up is Mitchells and Butlers. This is a stock that I've owned for quite a while, and before the coronavirus pandemic they were doing fantastically. They were really high up. This is the group that own popular pub chains such as Toby Carvery. As you can imagine, that industry has been greatly affected by coronavirus, and they are starting to have a bit more of a bounce back recently, probably with the news that hopefully we're going to be returning to some normality soon. I have 22 shares of these guys, which current value is £70.51. They are down 28.68%, which is a loss of £28.36. Again, I'm going to be holding on to these guys because I do believe when we're able to get back into pubs and restaurants, these guys are going to be really profiting from this. Then I have a bit more Tesla over here. I have 0.01 shares worth £8.71, and I'm up 68.22% overall. I have some more Biogen. I have 0.03 shares, and that is worth £6.67. I'm currently up 6.07% because I purchased these after the bad news come out because I believed that they were good value before the bad news. So I definitely thought they were good value after the bad news. Next up, I have Boohoo. They have been very up and down over time with bad news and good news coming out about them. I own just one share of them and its current value is £3.41, but I'm up 10.78% overall. Then I own a little bit more of Facebook. I own just 0.01 shares on FreeTrade. Current value is £2.14 and I'm at a loss of 3.36% overall. And then finally I have Bacanora. I hope I've pronounced that correctly again. I have 3 shares worth just £1.22 and currently they're up 12.5%. So there was a very quick run through of my Trading 212 and my FreeTrade portfolio. I'm going to be updating you every single month with how my portfolios are performing. So if you'd like to see more of this style of video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And apart from that, I'll see you very soon. Take care, guys.